can remember my first days at camp, like my first few days at camp. I can remember how I was counting down to 21 days. I can remember how I couldn't wait to go home and everything felt uncomfortable. Hi guys, welcome back to Growing Out Loud. It's such an honor and a pleasure to have you on here with me again. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for pressing play. Thank you for being here. So okay, I think we're just going to jump right into it. Right. And I was actually even thinking like, how am I supposed to survive 30 weeks of this? And then suddenly it was like at the end, I was like, wait, we're already leaving already because and then I was like, are we actually leaving? And before I know it, it was 21 days already and we're leaving. And then maybe Cam didn't actually change. Maybe I did. Or then maybe maybe my relationship with the place changed. There was a schedule. You have the bugle, you wake up, you go for parade, you have breakfast, you have lectures. Then there was queuing for water, there was evening parade, there was then there was what's it called, Seth? I can't believe I can't remember what it's called. I know after evening parade, there's social night. Yes, there was social night, then sleep. And then at first it was really hard to adapt. But then eventually I got used to it. And I think getting used to calm made me realize how many things I had at home that I did not even think about. It was clean water. I mean, at home you turn on the tap, you have water. I mean, at home you'd have water. Water was an actual event. Like you'd queue, there was queuing, there was waiting, there was finding out water, there was literally figuring out when to bathe. And then the first day I got home and I saw clean water, God, I was so excited. Like I was really so happy to see water without having to queue for it, without having to stress myself for it. And it's just there, right? And I was like, God, I miss this so much. I miss this so much. And then there's charging your phone, right? There's charging your phone. There in camp, you'd have to take it to the market for them to charge it for you. And it's like you can't always enter the market to go collect your phone. You have to go at specific times. And then being at home, you could always just plug in your phone. And then there's sleep. God, there's sleep. There's no having to come in late and wake up early. There was having no bugle in your sleep. Or people moving around. It was just you. It's just you sleeping and waking up. There's privacy in camp. You're sleeping around people. You're eating around people. You're bathing around people. You're going to places with people. You're hearing people constantly. And then suddenly you're at home. You're your own room, your own door. You can close it. And nobody needs anything from you. And then bathrooms. God, bathrooms. You could go bathe when you want to. There was no queuing. There was no waiting. There was no wondering if someone was inside. Because it's just your bathroom. And I was like, wow, luxury. And then there is food. God, food. And then it's not even about the noise, right? It's the ability to, sit with yourself, sit with your thoughts. But then in camp, you're constantly surrounded by people. So quiet isn't just nobody is making noise. It's like nobody needs anything from me. You can decide to sit down. You can decide to think. You could scroll. Or you could just do nothing. And nobody's asking you where you're going or what you're doing. And then none of this actually felt special before. They were just normal. I mean, water was normal, sleep was normal, privacy was normal, charging your phone was normal until they weren't. And I feel like it also ties back to you don't really know the value of what you don't really know the value of what you've got until you no longer have access to it or you don't have access to them. Then you realize how valuable they actually are in your life. So it was a nice moment to think. It was a nice moment to always it was a nice reminder to always give gratitude for everything, like even the most little thing, right? Because it makes your life easier. And it's how like we spend our time preparing for the big things, the job, money, travel, relationships, achievements. We're always working towards the next stage. And then sometimes we're first so focused on getting there that we don't even notice the tiny things that are already making our lives comfortable. Like, it made me wonder, right? Like, how many things in my life am I currently calling normal that I would miss terribly if they disappeared tomorrow? And since I came back from camp, I've actually been seeing things differently. I appreciate I'm literally like, oh, there's water. Like, oh, my phone is charging. Oh, I can sleep without a bugle. Oh, I could decide when I want to sleep. Oh, I'm not sitting under the sun. Oh, I don't have to go for lectures. And then maybe gratitude doesn't always come from getting more. Sometimes sometimes it comes from temporarily having less. Sometimes it's temporarily having less because you might not even realize the value of what you have till you no longer have access to it. I mean, it might seem normal to have water, to have clean water. It might seem normal to be able to charge your phone. It might seem normal to have your privacy. It might seem normal to eat what you want, to sleep when you want, wake when you want. But like when those things are taken away from you, that's when you realize how important they are and how much it makes your life easier. So yeah, I think I'm just going to end the episode here. I'm going to end the episode here. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.